So today we want to talk about Davenport. Let's explore the area of Davenport, see what Davenport is all about, and what we could learn from the area. If you're thinking of relocating to the Orlando area, there's so much different areas to choose from. There's Winter Garden, Winter Park, Davenport, Kissimmee, Celebration, Claremont, all these different areas. So we want to concentrate today on Davenport. What does the area of Davenport look like? How can we get around there? And I'm going to use the map as reference to show you. Now, Davenport of different areas. We have the areas that are closer to the Disney World area. And a lot of short-term rental properties will be in those areas. But then we also have Northern Davenport, if we come down here on the map, which doesn't have too much short-term rental properties. Casa Fresca Homes, this is a builder that's building down in this area. We also have K Canovian Homes building down in this area. But if we go up to the top, like the Four Corners area, it doesn't show on the map, but we have Meritage Homes building townhomes in this area as well. So the question is, how do we maneuver Davenport? How do we get around? What are the amenities? What are the schools like? Who are building there? What are the price points in Davenport? So that's what we want to examine in this video. Now, Davenport starts off in an area called Four Corners. And let me see if I could locate the Four Corners area. I had it up before we started the video, and now it has eluded. Oh, here we are. Okay. So Davenport kind of starts off in the Four Corners area. This Route 27 runs from Claremont all the way. It intersects here, and this is actually where the Four Corners area is. And it intersects joining Davenport, Claremont, Kissimmee, and Winter Garden in this area right there. Because right here at the groove is the Winter Garden area. And then down, as we go down on 192, we go into Celebration, Kissimmee, all that stuff. So if we're going this way on 27 is where we're going to get into Davenport. Now, Champions Gate is a part of the Davenport area, and Champions Gate kind of runs into Reunion. Reunion is an area that sits between Kissimmee and Davenport, or actually between Kissimmee and Champions Gate. And Reunion is known, it's a huge community. There's 3 signature golf courses in the Reunion area. There's Jack Nicholson, there is Watson, and then there's a third person golf course in this community. Now, Reunion is known for short-term renting. So if you live in the Reunion community, your home could be used for short-term rental or for long-term rental. They have townhomes, condos, all that stuff in the Reunion area, and they have huge homes, like I'm talking about mansions over 8,000 square feet that you could live in or also use for short-term renting. So that's what Reunion is. Now, as we come further down, now the areas in Davenport that would be zoned for short-term rental would more be in the Champions Gate area going towards Reunion, or the Champions Gate area going back towards Claremont, which would be up in this section right here. But if you wanted to live in Davenport and you did not want to be a part of the short-term rental community, you wanted to be closer to where, you have long-term residents living, then you'd be coming down in this area right here. However, in this area up here where we have Champions Gate and we have Kissimmee Meeting and all that area here, we also have, not all communities in this area are zoned for short-term rental. By the way, if you're new to our channel, we would love to help you and your family relocate to the Central Florida area. Whether you're looking for new construction or resale home, we would love to help you navigate the areas and see what would be the best location for you. My team and I would love to help you. We have helped so many different buyers in this quest, and also I myself relocated to this area as well. So we would be able to help you in determining what location would be good and what location would be bad. All right, let's go back to the video. So let's pretend we wanted to live up in this section right here. If you want to live up in this section right here, not all the communities are going to be zoned for short-term rentals. As a matter of fact, there's 2 parts to Champions Gate. A part of Champions Gate has a short-term renting, and a part of Champions Gate do not. It's not zoned that way. Champions Gate in the short-term rental space as a huge amenity center, which the long-term residents could also enjoy. They have a lazy river, they have 2 restaurants, they have a movie theater, a water park, all that great stuff in their community. Now, if we went over here to Providence, which is right here, this is a gated community on a golf course. This is not zoned for short-term rental. The homes in here typically range, I would say, from $400,000 and up. You have newer homes and older homes in this community. You also have homes on the golf course in this community. So if you're into golfing and you want to be in the Davenport area away from tourists and in a residential side where there's not a lot of tourists, Providence may be a good fit for you. Now, as we come down here on Route 17 and we're hitting the main core, we're going to call this the main core of Davenport. And as you could see, Davenport runs right into Ain City. So Davenport sits between Claremont, Champions Gate, Kissimmee, and Ain City. But you would be heading further north as you get into Ain City. Now, Advent Health is a huge hospital on the core of Route 27, it's a huge employer to the area. And as there's a lot of medical buildings there, so this would be a great location for you as well. Now, Casa Frisca, they have homes starting in the 300s. They're a new construction builder. They they pay most of your closing costs. They will also help you with your rate buy down. So if you want to look for a home in this area in Casa Frisca, that would be a location for you as well. Now, as we come over this side, we see K Canovian Homes is also a builder, build new construction home down in this area. Their homes typically start off in I would say the mid 300s going all the way up. They have single story and 2-story homes, and the square footage probably start off in about the 1,600 square feet range. Now, as you come down into Ain City here, you're gonna there's a few new developments down here as well. However, here's the thing with Davenport. If you're living down northern Davenport going in towards Ain City, you will get more for your money because you're going away from the tourist area. And Ain City is going to run right into Winter Haven. We don't want to go down that way yet right now, though. So let's concentrate on this side. So what's shopping like in Davenport? Your main shopping corridor or restaurants and all that great stuff is going to be back in the Champions Gate area. Champions Gate is a part of Davenport, guys. Even though it's been sold as its own zip code, it is a part of Davenport. Davenport has 4 different zip codes. 2 of them is going to be closer to Disney World and the tourist area and all that great stuff. And the other 2 zip codes are going to be coming down in this area where we have more of residential living coming down into Ain City. So you can see that a lot of the areas are interconnected. Now, if you're in Davenport and you want to go to Walmart, you'd be coming up on 27 this way, coming back towards Four Corners. Four Corners is where we have Walmart, we have Lowe's, but there's also another Lowe's as you get towards Ain City as well. Now, as you could see, as you come up into the Four Corners area here in Davenport, you could see that there is, like, the Grove is a huge short-term rental community here with a water park and all that great stuff. We have the Holiday Inn Club, which is also a huge community as well. And then you see as you cross over, you get in the Disney World area where we have Animal Kingdom, Epcot, all that great stuff. So if you're buying in Davenport and you want to be closer to the theme parks, you would be looking for something along this area. Let's talk about Citrus Ridge. Citrus Ridge is an area that is close to Four Corners. There's a lot of new construction going on here. Pulte has a short-term rental development that they're building here with a minimum of 5 bedrooms. They have 5 bedrooms, 4.5 bath townhomes, and they have homes starting from 5 bedrooms. The price range in this community in where Pulte is building is only for short-term rental. You could live there up to 90 days. In this particular community, they have a lazy river, water park, restaurants, all that great stuff. Right next to them is where Meritage is building a townhome development. It's going to be a gated community. The townhome starts off in the mid 350s and it's going to be somewhere down in this area. Now, if we were to continue going up on 27, leaving Davenport going up towards Claremont, then we're going to get over in the Horizon West area, which is also close to Magic Kingdom. But most of the homes in Horizon West are not zoned for short-term rental. They're zoned for residential living. And then as we get closer up here across from Lake Louise Park, we're actually in Claremont at this side, and we have Pulte and many different builders building. Over here is where it's going to be the new Olympus. But if we came back down to Davenport, I'm just trying to show you how each area is so interconnected. So as we come back down here into the Davenport area, Champions Gate area, Reunion is over on this side. This is a huge tree trek, which is really in Kissimmee, to be honest with you. It really isn't in Davenport. And then as we come down here, you could go over on this side, which is where 4 intersects with 27. Now, where 4 and 27 intersects, as you get off of 4 on Route 27, based upon where you turn, you could either be heading back into Davenport towards Four Corners this way, or you could go in, you'll be heading back from 27, you'd be heading back this way to Champions Gate. I'm sorry, I made a mistake here. So when you come off of the intersection of 27 and 4, you'll be heading this way to Champions Gate, Reunion, all back to the touristy area. And if you head this way, you'll be going back towards Ain City and back towards Winter Haven, that kind of area. So based upon where you want to be, will determine where in Davenport would make sense. We have guests that buyers that want to come and they want to buy something. They may want to have a second home here where they have something where they could do Airbnb when they're not here. And when they're here, they could live in the home. And we also have the buyers that just want to be away from all the tourists. They want to be close to Disney, but they don't necessarily want to be in Touristville. And if that's the case, then you'll be looking more towards this area down here. So if you want to be in a community where there's no short-term renting, you'll be looking down in these areas down here where there's a lot of different communities being built down here still in Davenport. Matter of fact, Davenport is going to give you a lot more for your money because you could get homes in the low 300s still in Davenport, which are not that old. There are also parts of Davenport where you could probably get a townhome for the I-200s, right? That's still not going to put you in the tourist area. So there's communities that's going to be close to the tourist area, and then there's going to be communities that are not close to it. And even though the community is close to it, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's zoned for short-term renting. There are many communities that's close to Disney World, that's close to the short-term rental communities that are not necessarily zoned for short-term rental, if that makes sense. So this is a little overview of the Davenport area. It sits in a pocket between Ain City, Kissimmee, Claremont, and Reunion. Remember that Champions Gate is indeed a part of Davenport as well. If you want to have an idea of where things are. Now, Davenport does have great school district in it, very award-winning schools. They have charter schools and public schools and private schools as well. They have an award-winning hospital, which is Advent Health. They also have many different medical centers here as well. So you can live here and either be a part of the crowd or not. Now, of course, when it comes to commuting, you would do Uber, Lyft, or you would drive your own car or something like that because Davenport doesn't actually offer public transportation. You have the Lynx bus system, but you'd have to get back into Kissimmee to pick up the Lynx bus system. US 27 will be your main corridor in Davenport. And then it starts to cut off into different roads like Ronald Reagan Highway and those kind of different areas. So if you're thinking of moving to Davenport or you want to get more information on Davenport, feel free to reach out to us. We could do a consultation with a Zoom call or anything like that for you to get more information. Now, what we're offering our clients or our potential clients, if you want to come and you want to get some information on the locations, what's the difference between Davenport, Claremont, Winter Garden, who is closer to the theme park, who is not, you can schedule a Zoom call with us. We should have some of our information somewhere down here. And if you decide to come and take a visit for the weekend, we will arrange your accommodations. So we will arrange for your accommodations. All you gotta do is get to Orlando International Airport. And if you didn't want to rent a car, you could do Uber or Lyft to take you to your accommodation spot. We will then pick you up the next day, drive you around, show you the different areas and see what homes or what location may work for you. In the Davenport area, the price points are going to be starting off for a single family home in the 300,000, the low 300s and up. If it's a townhome, you might get something in the mid 200s. Now, condos you could get in the 100s, but the thing is with the condo, they come with a lot of condo fees. So if you didn't want the condo fees, or you want to do a townhome or single family home, that would be the thing for you. So if you want to come for the weekend, drive around, figure out what you want to do, we will arrange the accommodations for you, and then you could then decide which area works best for you. Thank you so much for listening, guys, and I will catch you on the next video. Alrighty then, bye now.